Hello everybody from Plant Reviews UK. Today is the 5th of September and I'm talking in this video about the Jasminum simplicifolium subspecies australiense, commonly known as Stiff Jasmine or Wax Jasmine or Australian Jasmine, I believe for the Wax Jasmine due to the waxy and shiny surface of its leaves. This species is native to Australia, in particular to the northeast of Australia, but is also distributed in the Norfolk Islands, Lord Howe Islands, and other parts of Oceania. It is a shrub that can grow as a vine and can reach up to 6 meters tall. This plant is a close relative of Jasminum australiense subspecies lerati. Indeed, they belong to the same species but to different subspecies. However, there are a few differences with the lerati, including the flowers and the fragrance. The leaves, as in the lerati, they are evergreen. In the subspecies australiense, they are ovate and opposite and bright green. The flowers, it is reported on the sources I found that are very strongly perfumed. Okay, well, in my opinion, they are not very strongly perfumed at all. The flower, first of all, is a lot smaller than the lerati. Usually, I found that it's a tubular flower that can be between 8 and 13 millimeters long, and you can actually see, in comparison to the nail of my thumb, how small is actually the flower. And also the size of the flower, in addition to the length, is very small. It is about, I would say, probably 8 millimeters across. You can actually see my thumb nail, but also this is my pinky nail, and as you can see, it is actually about the same size of my pinky nail, so definitely is an extremely small flower. The flowers are borne in groups, as you can see, and actually another problem that I had with this plant is that it's very prone to bud blasts. Might be that during the shipping, as you know, it comes, I bought it in a very cold period from Sicily, from a very good nursery, Vivai Malvarosa, but unfortunately during the shipping the plants were kept quite long in the parcels with very low temperature, so obviously, being this a tropical plant, didn't handle the trip well. It made new growth afterwards. However, evidently the plant must have been still stressed. Maybe this is the reason, because the blooming I had a lot of bud blasts. However, I found this species to be the one with the most of the bud blasts. I didn't have any other jasmines of the same shipping, any other species with such a bad blood blasting. I lost probably 75% of the buds before they bloomed, and this has been in the past few weeks. Indeed, actually, I wanted to make my video before going in holiday in Italy. That was about 3-4 weeks ago, because it was started blooming, but while the buds were developing, they started dropping. So I was very happy that at least today some of the flowers, some of the buds came open, so I decided to do it today, the video, because I don't know if I would have get any other chance to do it until next year. Even if I have still a few more buds, obviously I do not know if they are going to open the flowers or they're just going to drop, so I didn't want to take any chance. So the flowers are extremely small in this species, at least in this specimen. However, I found also in many sources that the flowers are between 8 millimeters and 13 millimeters long, so this might be a pretty average size for the flower. What I'm surprised is that the fragrance is supposed to be very strong, and actually it's a fragrance that I can barely detect even now that I am in my kitchen, in a room. The fragrance, I would say, that is typical of jasmine, and in particular reminds me a lot of the pink jasmine, the Jasminum polyanthum, for the quality of the scent. It's very sweet. However, doesn't remind the polyanthum at all about the strength of the scent. The polyanthum is a plant that can literally make your entire garden, when kept outside, when it blooms outside, smelling of jasmine, and you can smell this perfume, this fragrance, several meters away outdoors from the plant, in the case of Jasminum polyanthum. In the case of Jasminum simplicifolium subspecies australiense, you really need to put your nose next to the flower, and even with that it's not that easy to detect this fragrance. So definitely this is a jasmine I cannot recommend about the fragrance, unfortunately. And also about the flower size is really small, and even in comparison to the Jasminum lerati, there is quite a close relative. Again, the Jasminum simplicifolium subspecies lerati. I found the lerati from New Caledonia having flowers a lot bigger. They are at least double, if not 3 times the size, and the perfume is a lot stronger. I can actually smell the scent at some distance from the plant. It's not as strong as the polyanthum, but definitely is not as weak as the australiense. About the fruits, these jasmines, when it fruits, the fruits are quite dark purple, about 1 centimeter across. As a cultivation of the plant needs to be grown in full sun and in moist but well-drained soil, as many other jasmines. This species is frost tender, so obviously in the United Kingdom and other temperate or cold countries need to be kept in greenhouses or indoors in a conservatory or in a windowsill, as long as you have obviously a pretty small plant like I do have. But one of the good features of this plant is that I found is quite tolerant to saline conditions, so it is one of the plants recommended if you live close to the sea in a warm area. This plant I found is cultivated in several tropical areas thanks to the fragrant flowers. However, I'm wondering really what is the fuss about, because if this is the Jasminum simplicifolium subspecies australiense, and I trust Vivai Malvarosa, the nursery above this plant, to have identified the plant very well, and also the description of the plant, both for the leaves and for the sides of the flowers, really match with the sources, with the other articles and websites I found on the internet. I can't really tell why this plant is reported to have such a strong fragrance. Might be that, as usual, there is some individual variation, and I was very unlucky and ended up with a very unfragrant plant. But all the other plants I have of jasmines not only match the descriptions I found on the website, but also match the description of the fragrance that I found on the internet, and also that I spoke with the owner of the Vivai Malvarosa, that was very available and very keen to discuss the cultivation needs, the cultivation requirements of the plants. He sent me as well as the fragrances. So he told me that the Australiense is not particularly fragrant, and I have to say that is probably almost not fragrant at all. So this is a plant I was a bit disappointed, not obviously from the nursery that was very clear about the qualities and the fragrance of the different jasmines. I wanted to try anyway, so I am happy that I tried it. So so now I know that the Australiense is not really a jasmine that I like particularly in comparison to many other species. I have some other species in bloom of jasmine that I will feature in the videos in my next few days, and they are a lot better in fragrance and size, so I'm very happy of the plants I bought from the nursery anyway. As usual, I hope that you enjoyed the video. Thank you very much for watching. If you like the video, even if, as I said, it's not a very good review, but I wanted to let you know what is my opinion about the Jasminum simplicifolium subspecies australiense. If you like this video and the review, it would be great if you can please give a thumbs up, and if you like this video and the other videos on my channel, it would be great if you can please subscribe. It is completely free for you, but in this way you let the YouTube staff know that you like my videos, and they in turn can promote my channel on the YouTube platform. As usual, thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.